It's like a headache that won't go away. Look at this. Look at this. Rook g3, now rook h3. Now black's king goes for a run, and now Stockfish zips back to make sure that pawn is not going to be a problem. Now it plays h4. Then it plays rook f3, putting more pressure. Knight d8, knight h7. The king is being hunted. The king is being cut off. Oh my goodness, look at this. The black king has no legal moves. So now rook to d4, resealing the d-file. Queen g5, the king is running, takes. In comes the queen. My friends, it looks like in this position, black can just escape the checks. But this is still losing. And it's losing for a reason that Stockfish saw all the way back when it played bishop takes h7 half the game ago. This is move 16. And on move 32, it becomes obvious. It's not about checkmate. It's about the fact that after king c8, I would go here, rook e7, and I would push my pawn. That was the idea the whole time. Now my pawn is 3 squares away from queening. And there is nothing you can do. Queen c2 looks possible, but then I will play queen g5, simultaneously creating threats on the rook and rook c1. This computer doesn't even realize how powerful this is. It's actually kind of insane. If king c8, knight f6, rook e7, I think maybe you have to start with queen g5. You start with queen g5 just so you have threats on the rook, and then you will just push this pawn. And it is insane that it saw that. In the game, instead, we have queen c2, but it's the same problem. Knight f6, queen g3, and there's constant threats. There's threats down the c-file, there's threats on the king, and there's threats with the h-pawn. And, my friends, Leela has to lose its queen. And that's just not good enough. Not only, look at this, knight d6. Look at this apocalyptic conclusion to this game. I win the queen, and then I guarantee that I get the queen back. But Stockfish saw all of that. It trades the queens and emerges in an endgame up 2 pawns. Oh my god. And then it just starts pushing, and this is likely a winning endgame of knights and pawns. And the browser-based Stockfish doesn't even realize it. It's because white has 2 passers. That's why. Because these 2 pawns, it doesn't matter that it's only 1 pawn advantage. You push the king back far enough, and now your king starts walking, you defend your pawns, and that's it. This is not a defendable position. You push, you mate on b7.